what's up? This is Odulena from Odulena Digital. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk about ad rank and how this affects your Google Ads performance. Hey, welcome to my channel. Be sure to subscribe. My name is Odulena. Every Sunday I post a new video. Topics are Google Ads, advertisement, my favorite books and courses that I'm doing. I work for Google, but everything that I'm sharing on this channel is my personal opinion as well as publicly available information. So today I want to talk about a topic which seems that a lot of advertisers are interested in, and this is Google's ad rank. If you haven't watched my videos about optimization score and about quality score, you can check them out right now because everything is tied together and it will give you a really perfect understanding on what you can control, what you can't control, and to understand actually the outcomes, what you see in your Google Ads user experience. The ad rank is basically what determines whether an ad is going to show and on which position in the Google auction. You know, when you do a search on Google, you will see a bunch of ads on the top, or sometimes you might not see any ads, and I'll explain why. What determines actually which ad appears on the top, the second, and the last position, and so on, is ad rank. So this is something dynamic which Google determines with every single auction, and every time when something is during a query, Google's algorithms are determining which advertisers will show and whether they will show or not, whether there will be any ads served or not, and in what sequence. So that's a pretty hefty task. Let's see how they determine this. Number one thing is your bid. So what you do when you set up your bids manually, you might do this manually, or you can use a smart bidding strategy from Google. So you let Google to determine your bids automatically. So if you're setting your bid manually, it means that you tell Google that you want to show every single time when this particular bunch of words are typed in. You have a bunch of keywords that you have selected which reflect your business and what people are searching for. And for each of them you say, I want to pay no more than £5 for this keyword. Or every time when someone searches for the ad, I want my ad to compete in this auction. There's a mini auction happening. And I will pay no more than £5 per click if someone decides to click on my ad. So this is your bid. Some advertisers can bid quite aggressively depending on their return on investment. So if you want to check what will be your ideal cost per click, you can watch my other video. So the bid is the first starting factor, but it's not the last one, and there's a lot of other things that determine who wins the auction, who is on the top position, on the second one, and etc. The second part is very, very important, and this is the quality of your ad and your landing page. Why people are searching? People are searching because they want to find a solution to a problem. They want to find an answer. And if you, as an advertiser, provide an honest and good answer to their query, let's say you offer exactly what they are searching for, then Google will serve your ad based on the quality of your ad, how well it answers your query. You can watch my other videos on quality of responsive search ads and responsive display ads, as well as tips to improve your ad quality. In general, it has to answer very well the question that the user is typing, the query. It has to be related to the keywords that you have chosen. And as well as your landing page must also be easily navigable, provide good experience on mobile, good loading speed, as well as helping the user to really get what they want right now. Important note to make here is the quality score that we talked in my previous video does not impact your ad rank. So the quality score and this quality here that we're talking about in the ad rank are two different things. So the quality score is kind of a numeric representation of how your keywords and ads are relevant to user searches and their quality in the auction over time. So they are dynamic, they change from day to day, but they overlook a longer period of time. It's kind of an average number. And it gives you an idea when you look into Google Ads experiences from 1 to 10, and it gives you an idea like how good or bad your ads and keywords are related to users' queries, what's the experience, whether they're finding your landing pages good. So if you see typically quality score below 3, then it means that something is not quite right. Maybe this keyword is not really answering users' query, or maybe like it just seems that you are probably not getting the best from these keywords and ads. But the quality score is something for you to understand your performance. This quality and landing page experience is something different. It's not the number that you see in Google Ads user experience. This is a different thing. So this quality score that you see in Google Ads experience is not going to be taken into consideration when it comes to calculating the ad rank. Number 3, competitiveness of the auction. When we talk about competitiveness, means how many other advertisers are bidding or have the same keywords or similar keywords, and they want to participate in this auction. You can find this in the Google Ads user interface. You can check auction insights, and you will see the websites of all your other, let's say, competitors or businesses which are also bidding on similar keywords. You overlap in auctions quite often, and you can research them. What you can do is you can check how their landing pages are, what kind of ads they use, whether they provide better quality, maybe they have better brand reputation, or people tend to click on their ads more just because they are very famous. So there's a lot of different factors, and competitiveness is not only on price. So as Google takes into consideration a lot of different factors, check also what's the quality of their ad, what's the quality of their landing page. Maybe they also have a very good reputation in the market. Do they use any extensions? All these should be taken into consideration when you assess yourself against competition. Especially if you see there is very high competition in an auction that you're going in. First of all, you have to be prepared to pay a bit more because you want to participate and be competitive. And on the other side, you have to prepare yourself with really great experience with your website, with your landing pages, with your ads, with your keywords and extensions in order to be able to compete in this league. There is something which I get quite often as a question from advertisers. They would say, Odolena, I've been checking my keyword tool and I can see that I have a keyword which no one else is bidding for. When I search on Google, nobody is showing up. So I want to bid on this keyword, but for some reason, instead of getting the minimum possible price per click, Google is charging me quite expensively. Why is this? There is something which is called Google Ads thresholds. And this is something you have to understand. This is something dynamic, and it's calculated in every single query for every single auction, and it takes into consideration a lot of different factors. So first of all, again, the ad quality. I cannot emphasize more, the ad quality really makes big difference in these things. For certain searches, in certain time of the day, certain users, we might not actually show any ads for some reason. There might be a good reason for it. Then there is also the user signals. What is this user actually looking for? What time of the day is it? What device they're using? What operating system? What browser? What type of intent is there in the keyword? Have they been on similar websites before? What they're in general interested in? So there's a lot of signals that are taken into consideration whether we should show an ad there on this search query or not. And you're aware when using Google search that sometimes you might not see any ads, even though you have a perfectly good search query. And this is because Google decides on certain topics not to share ads. So for example, one good example now is the coronavirus and any health related and sensitive issues. Google really does not like when advertisers are trying to take advantage of people in negative circumstances, especially related to personal difficulties, health problems, that kind of things. So if you actually do searches around coronavirus, you probably are not going to see any ads. Though it will be preferable organic content, and especially organic content which is from reputable sources. Google will take into consideration also related auctions to this query. So for example, if the query is car dealership, maybe Google will take into consideration queries around car hire or car insurances or something like this, and then estimate from there what is the best option for this advertiser, whether they should show their ad or not, and what should be the minimum threshold. And then the threshold is a reserve price. Let's say if you have a great ad which is showing for the right reason, there is a genuine query which you are answering to and you're helping these users with your product, Google decides to show your ad, you're still going to pay, and you're going to pay more than 1 penny or 1 cent. You're going to pay something called the reserve price, which is dynamic, again based on the vertical and all these factors. And you will pay the reserve price plus the minimum rounded unit in these countries. Let's say in the UK that will be 1 penny, in other countries that will be 1 cent. Then again we have the context of the user query. The context of the user query, what this user is trying to achieve. Are they trying to get an answer to a difficult problem? Maybe an ad might not be the best answer to their current query. And this might benefit also the advertiser, because as an advertiser you don't want to show in front of users who maybe are doing scientific research or doing something that's completely not related to any transactional intention. They don't want to buy something from you. So in that case, the context will be taken into consideration, and certain auctions, of course, will not show any ads. So there will be no auction, no ads will be served. Then you have the expected impact of extensions and formats. And this is something I cannot emphasize more on that. This is really important, especially if you're limited budget, if you're in competitive sector. Using extensions and formats is super, super important for you to make difference and to take the biggest advantage of what you can control in this whole thing. So the extensions are callouts, site links, so links to different parts of your website. Then you have structured snippets. These are different products that you're offering. You have callouts, so different things like free delivery or working 24/7, something like this, which can be included to add more information to the ad. You have also, you can add your location. So if you have a Google My Business account, you can add your location there. You can have your phone number if you are taking phone calls as a business. What you can add now is a lead form extension, which is still in beta, but it's something really cool. So this allows actually users to submit a form, basically a form directly from the search. They don't have to go to your landing page. They can just fill out the form directly from the extension, and you get the lead in your database immediately from the ad. So from everything that we talked about, as an advertiser, you might be wondering yourself, what I'm supposed to do now? I have all this information, but what can I control and what I cannot control? Of course, you have to focus on what you can control. And what you can control is your bid, the quality of your ad and landing page, and the formats and extensions that you're using in your ad. And these are the 3 things that you should really focus and make sure that you have the best of the best. Especially if you're in a competitive environment and you have high cost per click, when you have a lot of other advertisers trying to win these top positions or high season, maybe you can leverage actually bidding to a smart bidding strategy from Google Ads. You can check my video on smart bidding and you'll see why actually smart bidding is able to predict based on all these signals when is the best time for your ad to show and how much you have to bid in this particular auction, how critical it is to you to actually win this auction. Then the quality of your ad and the landing pages, this is something that you have to focus on as well. So making sure that you're taking advantage of formats like responsive search ads, which I talked in my other video. Make sure that you have top-notch landing page. Compare yourself to other competition. Check how their landing page experience is on mobile, on different devices. Do they use different landing pages for different products? Are they changing the targeting depending on the keywords? So let's say bringing people from one query to one landing page. Maybe they're using dynamic landing pages. Maybe they're using dynamic search ads, which is also something you should consider. Dynamic search ads basically capture traffic based on your website without using any keywords. So this is a great complement if you're already using the normal standard ads as well as responsive search ads. Then, of course, extensions, making sure you have all the extensions that are relevant and applicable to your business. I know there are some that you might not want to use, but extensions like structured snippets, site links, phone number, maybe location, so also callouts, these are all things that are easy to apply and you can just add them and make sure that your ad is actually taking more real estate. You have more information included and more helpful information. This is all from me for today. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if you have any other tips or tricks. And of course, subscribe to this channel. I'll be back with a new video next Sunday.